Hello everyone, welcome to Subhani Coding Guide. In today's video, we're going to learn one of the most commonly asked Excel interview questions, along with a simple explanation and practical demonstration. If you're preparing for Excel interviews or want to improve your Excel skills, this series is for you. So, without further delay, let's get started. Question number 1. What is Microsoft Excel? Microsoft Excel is a spreadsheet application developed by Microsoft. It is one of the most widely used applications for organizing, storing, analyzing, and managing data efficiently. Excel allows users to perform calculations using formulas and functions, create charts and graphs, analyze large data sets using pivot tables, and organize information with features such as sorting, filtering, and conditional formatting. It is commonly used in offices, businesses, educational institutions, and by data analysts to prepare reports, maintain records, and make data-driven decisions. In simple words, Microsoft Excel is a powerful tool that helps users work with data quickly, accurately, and efficiently. Question number 2. What is the difference between a workbook and a worksheet? A workbook and a worksheet are two basic but important concepts in Microsoft Excel. A workbook is an Excel file that contains one or more worksheets. Whenever you create or save an Excel file, you are creating a workbook. A worksheet is an individual spreadsheet inside that workbook. It consists of rows and columns where you can enter, edit, and analyze data. For example, suppose you create an Excel file named employee_data.xlsx. This file is called a workbook. Inside that workbook, you may have multiple worksheets such as Sheet 1, Sheet 2, and Sheet 3. Each worksheet can be used to store different types of information. For instance, Sheet 1 can contain employee details. Sheet 2 can store salary information, and Sheet 3 can contain attendance records. In simple words, a workbook is the complete Excel file, while a worksheet is a single page inside that file. Question number 3. What is a cell in Microsoft Excel? A cell is the basic unit of a worksheet in Microsoft Excel. It is formed where a row and a column intersect. Every cell has a unique address which is known as a cell reference. The cell reference is created using the column letter, followed by the row number. For example, A1 refers to the cell located at column A and row 1. Similarly, B3 refers to column B and row 3, while C10 refers to column C and row 10. A cell can store different types of data, such as text, numbers, dates, formulas, and functions. Whenever you enter information into Excel, it is stored inside a cell. Understanding cells is very important because almost every operation in Excel, including calculations and data analysis, is performed using cells. Question number 4. What is a cell reference in Microsoft Excel? A cell reference is the unique address of a cell in Microsoft Excel. It helps identify the exact location of a cell in a worksheet. A cell reference is made up of a column letter, followed by a row number. For example, A1 refers to the cell in column A and row 1. Similarly, D15 refers to column D and row 15. And H25 refers to column H and row 25. Cell references are commonly used in formulas and functions to perform calculations. Instead of typing values directly into a formula, we use cell references so that Excel can automatically update the result whenever the data changes. For example, if cell A1 contains the value 10 and cell B1 contains the value 20, the formula equals A1 plus B1 will return the result 30. Using cell references makes calculations more accurate, flexible, and easier to manage. Question number 5. What are rows and columns in Microsoft Excel? Rows and columns are the basic building blocks of a worksheet in Microsoft Excel. Rows are the horizontal lines that run from left to right. They are identified by numbers such as 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Columns are the vertical lines that run from top to bottom. They are identified by letters such as A, B, C, D, and so on. When a row and a column intersect, they form a cell. Each cell has a unique address, also known as a cell reference. For example, if column B intersects with row 3, the cell reference is B3. Understanding rows and columns is essential because all data entered in Excel is organized using them, making it easy to manage, analyze, and perform calculations. Question number 6. What is the formula bar in Microsoft Excel? The formula bar is an important feature in Microsoft Excel that is located just above the worksheet. It displays the contents of the currently selected cell and allows users to enter, edit, or view data, formulas, and functions. When you click on a cell containing text or a number, the formula bar displays that value. If the selected cell contains a formula, the formula bar shows the actual formula, while the worksheet displays the calculated result. For example, if cell C1 contains the formula equals sum of A1 to B1, the formula bar displays the complete formula, while the cell displays the calculated total. The formula bar is especially useful when working with long formulas because it allows you to edit them easily without changing the cell directly. It helps users create accurate formulas, review calculations, and make changes efficiently. Question number 7. What is the difference between a formula and a function in Microsoft Excel? A formula and a function are both used to perform calculations in Microsoft Excel, but they are different. A formula is an expression created manually by the user to perform a calculation using numbers, cell references, and mathematical operators. For example, if cell A1 contains 10 and cell B1 contains 20, you can write the formula equals A1 plus B1 to get the result 30. A function, on the other hand, is a predefined formula provided by Microsoft Excel. Functions help perform calculations quickly and accurately without writing complex formulas. Some commonly used functions include sum, average, count, max, and min. For example, the sum function adds a range of numbers automatically, while the average function calculates the average of the selected values. In simple words, a formula is created by the user, whereas a function is already built into Excel to make calculations easier and faster. Question number 8. What is the AutoFill feature in Microsoft Excel? The AutoFill feature is one of the most useful tools in Microsoft Excel. It helps users quickly fill cells with data, formulas, dates, or number sequences without entering the same information repeatedly. To use AutoFill, simply select a cell and drag the fill handle, which is the small square located at the bottom right corner of the selected cell. For example, if you enter Monday in a cell and drag the fill handle downward, Excel automatically fills the remaining cells with Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and the following days of the week. Similarly, if you enter the numbers 1 and 2, select both cells, and drag the fill handle, Excel continues the sequence as 3, 4, 5, and so on. AutoFill can also copy formulas to other cells, making calculations faster and reducing manual work. This feature saves time, improves productivity, and minimizes data entry errors. Question number 9. What is the use of freeze panes in Microsoft Excel? Freeze panes is a useful feature in Microsoft Excel that allows you to keep specific rows or columns visible while scrolling through a large worksheet. This feature is especially helpful when working with large data sets because it keeps important information, such as column headers or row labels, always visible. For example, if the first row contains headings like Employee ID, Employee Name, Department, and Salary, you can freeze the first row. Then, as you scroll down through hundreds of records, the headings remain visible, making the data much easier to read. Similarly, you can freeze the first column to keep important labels visible while scrolling horizontally through the worksheet. Using freeze panes improves navigation, saves time, and helps you work more efficiently with large amounts of data. Question number 10. What is a pivot table in Microsoft Excel? A pivot table is one of the most powerful features in Microsoft Excel. It is used to summarize, organize, and analyze large amounts of data quickly and efficiently. Instead of manually calculating totals or creating reports, a pivot table can automatically summarize your data with just a few clicks. For example, imagine you have a sales data set containing hundreds or even thousands of records. Using a pivot table, you can instantly calculate the total sales, average sales, number of transactions, or view sales by product, region, or employee. One of the biggest advantages of a pivot table is that it allows you to rearrange and analyze data without changing the original dataset. This makes it easy to create different reports based on your requirements. Pivot tables are widely used by data analysts, accountants, finance professionals, and business managers to create reports, identify trends, and make better business decisions. In simple words, a pivot table helps you convert large amounts of raw data into meaningful and easy-to-understand reports. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to Subhani Coding Guide. Don't forget to press the bell icon. See you in the next video.